Welcome back to the Insider Navigating Online Learning from the Inside Out. This is our second episode. We're super excited that you guys have decided to join us today. And like I said, we're going to talk about staying organized. I'm going to turn it over to Talina and Celine, and they're going to walk us through this. And I'll be monitoring the chat box if anybody has any questions, and also letting in new participants as they join us. So Celine, I guess it's Talina first.
Hi guys, as y'all know, my name is Talina Rounds. I am a junior here at the university and I'm a student coach for Global Campus and just UARC in general. Today we're going to talk about just all the ways to help you stay organized. Our first slide is about keeping a planner. So most people have heard about planners in college. There's many different planners you can have. You can have a virtual planner. I prefer a paper planner. But it's not only just to help you with all your assignments and exams, you can also put like your day-to-day in it. Some planners will plan out from 8 in the morning to 8 at night if you need them to. You can put your gym stuff in there, your activities with your friends, exams coming up, just reminder to pay bills, whatever it is, just to like keep you on track of everything that you have going on throughout your busy lives. This will help you boost productivity and help you keep from getting behind in all your classes.
So when you have your online classes, you have work, and you have all your other life events, and you're putting all of those into your planner, it'll help you form a schedule and build a routine. And when you set aside time to do specific tasks, that is going to help you stay on track and stay focused in that time you set aside. So if you carve out time for homework from 8 to 9 p.m. and you put that actually in your planner, you're more likely to stick to that. And then when you're in that time, you're going to be only giving your attention to coursework. And it's important to remember that some days you have assignments and reading and watching lectures, but then you're also going to have other days where you're just studying and reviewing your notes, reviewing all the materials, and that's going to be more of like a heads down, really focused kind of that day so that you can retain all that information. Another good tip is to try to wake up at the same time each day and build that good habit. And again, you can always schedule into your planner, like when you wake up, when you go to bed, and when you actually put those in writing or in your calendar online, it'll actually help you stick to it. And you can even set reminders to wind down and get ready to relax as well. And like Talina was saying, putting in everything from your life. So whether it's exercising or social events, having everything in one place is going to help you just be more organized and know exactly how you're spending your time so that you can always be assessing your schedule, know when you might need to have more time, less time, and overall manage everything a lot better.
This is keeping a clean space. I'm a firm believer that when your area is a mess and when everything around you is a mess, that your brain is a mess. And so it's important to keep your study space clean, to keep your binders and notebooks and planners, everything clean, so that way you can kind of hone in on one thing at a time. Say your professor goes through chapters 1 through 10 in the first month, and then the next few weeks he's covering chapters 11 through 15, making sure that you're just keeping those in order, so that way like you're on track with what the professor's teaching and that everything's not getting all thrown together, because it'll help you later on down the line when it's time to study for exams and stuff like that. Like it says, having a designated area to doing schoolwork. So say you pick a desk in your house or at the kitchen table, and just every time you show up there, make sure it's clean, make sure you have all your school supplies, notebooks, computer out, and just focus strictly on that. And then just recycling old papers and throwing away trash. And say you have a backpack, don't keep last semester and semester before, just a lot of paperwork and different types of stuff in there and stuff like that. So just keeping your space clean so that way you can better focus on what's in front of you.
I know some of these tips sound so like, oh yeah, I got to keep a planner. Oh yeah, I need to keep a clean space and things like that. But you wouldn't believe the amount of conversations that we have with our students that are like, I'm so unorganized and I need help. And we're like, okay, well, what does your study space look like right now? Show me like a picture of what it looks like. And you wouldn't believe how many of them are just completely disorganized. They don't have the right materials that they need, and they just aren't able to, you know, have a clear mind, like Talina said.
To go off of that, like I've noticed that kind of when I first started keeping a planner and when I first started keeping my space clean and developing a routine, it was really hard. But then like as time went on and I was used to doing it and making it part of like my day in, day out, it became less of like a to do and just a natural thing that I did while being in school. So just like the more that you do it and the more that you're used to it, it'll just be natural and it won't seem like so much to do.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Okay, some reason it's not letting me launch polls, so this is fun. We just kind of wanted to know what your guys' favorite tip was from the presentation, whether it was you think it's most helpful to keep up a planner, establish a routine, or keep a clean space. And so since we're having to pivot and I can't do the poll, how about you guys give me the little reactions at the bottom? How about a thumbs up if keeping a planner works best for you? How about a heart if it's establishing a routine, and then the confetti popper if it is keeping a clean space? So to do reactions, it's at the very bottom with a little smiley face with the thing. Oh, good. Yeah, Abby, you got it. Okay, looks like we're a little all over the place. Awesome. How about another gesture? Can I get a thumbs up if you're currently enrolled in summer classes? People enrolled in classes, so that's awesome. I hope everybody has a planner, right? I hope that everybody's organized and has read their syllabus, has logged into their classes. These summer sessions go fast. I mean, they go super, super fast, and you cover a lot of material, depending on if you're in an 8-week class or a 5-week class. You're covering the same amount of material that you would cover in a 16-week course, which is typical, but you're covering it in like half the time. And so just being on top of the syllabus and making sure that you've written down all those important dates, upcoming exams, homework due dates, things like that, that's really going to help you stay ahead, especially during the summer classes, because like I said, they go by really fast. You're going to blink and they'll be gone, especially with all the extra activities that are happening this summer. I know a lot of people go on vacations and there's holidays and all kinds of fun stuff. So yeah, if you guys need any help on that. Celine or Talina, do you guys have anything else you guys want to add for our people that have joined us tonight?
Well, I wanted to say something else about the summer classes. I think it's like a common misconception because it's like a summer class. It's maybe not as difficult as like a full semester class that's in the fall or spring, but really it's still all that same information, just condensed and crammed into a shorter time. So it's really important to not let any like due dates pass you by, especially when it's on a more of a quicker schedule. There might be something due every few days where it's more not as, or it's not as spread out as you might get used to. And so then it can become really easy to like miss a assignment or like turn something in late. And that is where a lot of students just lose points to their overall grade because they were late or they totally forgot about something, and then they totally like are like, oh no, I forgot, I didn't write it down, didn't keep track. And so yeah, it's still all that same information. It's just sometimes can be more difficult to manage everything when you don't have as much time.
Yeah. And Jamie just put in the chat that they are the same difficulty. It just goes by quicker. 3 summer classes last year. That
Wow.
is impressive. Another question, if my class schedule says an assignment isn't due until June 1st, why does it say late when I submit them today? Sometimes, especially whenever classes are new in Blackboard, the teachers haven't adjusted the due dates yet. And so I would just reach out to your professor or your instructor and just let them know, like, hey, says it's the assignment on the syllabus says it's not due until June 1st, but it's saying it's late today. Can I, help me with that? A lot of times it's not a big deal at all. It's just a clerical error within Blackboard. If you guys need anything, like I said, I think, I'm still sharing our contact information. Reach out to either Celine and I. You can email Celine at the ONL coach at UARK or the LPN coach at UARK. And then I'm KXE005 at UARK. And we're both monitoring, Selena and I are both monitoring the ONL coach since Kirsten's no longer with us. So that's all we have tonight. I'll leave. Hold on, let me see what Jamie said. Okay, Jamie said she printed off the dates of the exams, the due dates, and checked them off when she completed them to help her keep on track, which is such a great idea. You guys can't see it because I'm got my screen on, but I keep a whiteboard with important dates, and like as they come up, I mark them out, and I try to outline, you know, my whole summer. I'm a very busy mom too, and so I get I get where Jamie's coming from. You guys weren't here whenever she joined us earlier, but she's making dinner for her kiddos while she hangs out with us tonight. So I get that. So being busy and making sure you're writing things down, and you highlight them to mark them off, or just mark them out, whatever you need to do. So Talina, do you have anything you want to add about what summer classes you're doing, how you're staying on track?
I just want to say, like, I've been a big planner person. There was about a week or two where I didn't use my planner because I thought I had everything together. And then it turns out I missed like 2 or 3 assignments. And as y'all know, like in college, there isn't really much wiggle room. It's mostly exams, maybe 1 or 2 things here. And those 1 or 2 things can really help your grade. So if there's anything you can take away from this, get a planner, please. Use it, utilize it the best that you can, write all those dates down, and just, you know, try to be above everything and ahead of everything, so that way you don't miss out on things like I did.
Yeah, I think that's great. Celine, any last minute things you want to add?
I would say definitely get a planner, even if you don't want like a physical one, put it in your phone, because trust me, if you think you can keep it all in your head and remember, you will not be able to. You'll think of like something, you'll be thinking like all day, like, oh, I need to do this. And then you get distracted by one thing and then you totally forget. And then by the time you realize it's too late to turn that assignment in, like that's happened to me before, where I thought I could, you know, do it because I kept reminding myself throughout the day. And then like an hour after it was due, I realized it was due. And so just always writing everything down, even if you don't think you need to, just so that when you cross it off, you feel like good and you feel like you did it. And it kind of helps you feel more productive when you get that experience of like crossing it off or like checking it off on your calendar.
Yeah, those
I
are
know a lot of people have like notes apps on their phones,
Mm-hmm.
and that's like my go-to, especially if like I'm running around, going to Walmart, doing whatever. My phone's like right in my hand. It's pretty easy to just open up your notes app and write something down. So even in like, say you can't get a planner right at this moment, like using your phone or laptop to kind of start that.
great. Yep. Those are all really great tips. I think that's all that we have. I'll leave the chat box open for a few more minutes and we'll be around, but I don't want to hold anybody up if they need to hop off. So we'll be around for a few more minutes if you guys want to stick around, or that's all that we have for y'all this evening. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back in June on the 27th. So we hope to see everybody June 27th. We're going to keep the same 6 o'clock. It seems to work for everybody. So and we'll see y'all then. Take care.
Thank y'all.